Hello, brothers and sisters. Michael, humble seeker of truth, for Equating the Equilux. So I think we touched on this in the last video. This is just a short video to kind of just get something out there and say hey today. Hey, see, it's 51 degrees. Anyway, so we've highlighted a couple of the things that we have highlighted. Sorry guys, I'm very tired today. Just woke up and wanted to get this done before I have to go get a bunch of other things done for the day. Anyway, so we have focused on, among other things, don't you know there are 12 hours in the day? Our Lord says right before he's about to raise Lazarus from the dead, a picture of the 99 sheep getting raised. Why does he say that? It's seemingly out of place. Well, we've seen how it pins 410 and the day of declaration. Does it also pin day of arrival? And so we've been talking about that. We've contemplated the tide of the Equilux. That is because it's about equal light and darkness. So we've seen Father's calendar counting point be from the spring Equilux. And we've seen him pin a bunch of stuff on it. So we know we're thinking correctly. So we've been talking quite a bit about that and about Hanukkah, Feast of Dedication. So we see our Lord is walking on Solomon's porch at the Feast of Dedication, and it was the Feast of Dedication. It doesn't say, and our Lord was celebrating the Feast of Dedication. It doesn't say that. Don't make that assumption. It just says that it was, and that he was walking in Solomon's porch. That would suggest the opposite of actually having a festival, because Solomon's porch happens to be the porch of judgment. And so it's a very significant detail. And right up above there, you see, and there was division among the Jews, and he walked in Solomon's porch. It is the judgment that's coming that will be the division. Being as that also pertains to light and darkness, he has seemingly tied it to the Equilux. That gets really interesting when we also consider that there is a fall Equilux. So from the spring Equilux, Hanukkah begins on the 7th of December, the way Father taught me to count it. 30-day months. No additions. 30-day months. Starting from the Equilux. That pins December 7th as the first day of Hanukkah. It's 8 days long. But if we go from the fall Equilux, Father inspired me to count the 85 days from Tishri 1 to the 25th of Kislev, Hanukkah, day 1, from the fall Equilux. Don't you know there's 12 hours in the day? Could there be a hidden diamond there? Absolutely there could. Is there? I don't know. So if we get to, December 15th and we're still trying to figure things out, I would consider this very, very strongly. So what happens? What does that look like? Okay, well, first day of Hanukkah then would be on the 21st of December. Do you know that there's a verse in Revelation 2:1. Our Lord walks in the midst of the 7 golden candles. Let's go there, Revelation 2. Verse 1. Unto the angel of the church of Ephesus write, these things saith he that holds the 7 stars in his right hand, who walks in the midst of the 9 golden candles. The 7 golden candles. But isn't there some out there that's got like 9 on it? Yeah, that would be called a Hanukkah, I think. Hanukkah? I have no idea how to pronounce it. If you didn't know, I'm not Jewish. I am spiritually, okay, a seed or children, child of Abraham by believing. Spiritual Israel, but not from Israel. Anyway, so 7 candles, 9 candles. Why would anyone change it? Well, why does Satan change anything of God's? So they make it 9 candles. Okay. Well, see, the thing about the candles is, and if you've been following me a long time, I'm sorry you've heard me say this before, but I think it makes the point well. Our Father wasn't sitting around one day going, hey, you know what, it's a little dark in the temple here. Why don't you throw some candles in there? Throw 3-4 candles in there. And, you know what, go ahead and make it 7. Guarantee you he didn't go ahead and make it 9. No, it's a purposed communication. It's not just a candle. And so the 7 candles and walking in the midst of them is a gigantic piece of communication that just goes on and on and on regarding our Father's plan. Once you change that, you change the communication or lose it. Okay, so well, our Lord walks in the midst of the 7 golden candles. If he was going to bring judgment, wouldn't it be interesting if he did it in the midst of the 9 golden candles? When would that be? Well, from the fall Equilux, 25th of Kislev begins December 21st. That makes the 5th day of Hanukkah, December 25th. He says in Amos 5, I despise your feast days. Let's go there for a minute. We were there last video. We're going to look at another point here. Amos, Joel, Amos. Verse 21, 2021. I despise your feast days. I will not smell in your solemn assemblies. Let me ask you this, those who follow this stuff. If he hates and he despises their feast days, and 21 represents 2021 because of the parameters set in Psalm 90 verse 4 regarding numbering the days regarding the return of our Lord, we are running out of 2021 and we only have a couple feast days for him to despise. Hanukkah and Christmas. Though you offer me burnt offerings and your meat offerings, I will not accept them, neither will I regard your peace offerings of your fat beasts. Let's drop down to verse 25. Have you offered me unto me sacrifices? Verse 26. But you have borne the tabernacle. Oh, that just hit me. Oh my gosh. Wow, Father. I love when he does that. Wow. Okay. So I was going to make a point that you don't know yet, so you're probably thinking I'm weird. Okay. But you have borne. Notice the use of word there. You have borne the tabernacle of your Moloch. And Kayun, your images, your idols. Moloch, Satan. Borne the images. Do you know in pagan worship when the most significant day is for worshiping a given little g god or idol? That would be their birthday. I am not an expert on the topic, but expert of experts. But I'm pretty sure Moloch is considered to be born on December 25th. Let's read some. Just a second. I'm just going to read a little bit. I didn't come up with anything I'm about to read. I'm just reading just something I Googled. The Saturnalia, which means sun stop, is the week-long pagan festival of the winter solstice, which began on December 17th. The festival originally ended on December 19th, was later extended to December 23rd. As the sun was seen to be rising further to the south and thought of as dying, by December 25th, the ancient world's solstice, it could be recognized as the beginning to turn northwards again, and was said to be reborn, and therefore was proclaimed to be the birthday of the sun deity. It is also important to note that these dates reference the Julian calendar, not the Gregorian, which we currently use. The actual days Saturnalia was celebrated corresponded to December 30th through January 5th. All of the known sun deities were born. Now here in the verse in Amos, it's born, I should go look at the word. It's got an E in there. I will go look at it. Give me a minute. All of the known sun deities were born on December 25th. Mithra, Krishna, Vishnu, Osiris, Horus, Hercules, Dionysus, Bacchus, Tammuz, Indra, Buddha, as well as the Scandinavian goddesses. And I think Moloch should be on that list. It's just a point worthy of note, okay? Christmas isn't celebrated. They didn't pick December 25th because they thought it was truly Christ's birthday and they wanted to celebrate it. It's got pagan origins and wickedness at its roots, and that's why Father despises it and what they've made it. We'll keep reading a little bit. The most important day in the life of any Satan worshiper is their annual birthday. Remember, the dates have changed. For roughly 4,000 years, the solstice has been, by proxy, the day of Satan's birthday celebration because he is the designer of the original astrological religious pattern and deceived mankind to cause them to worship the sun. Keep going. I'll see if I can put a link up in case you guys... There's a whole bunch of information here. I don't like regurgitating, but there's certainly a place for it. I wish we were all experts on every single thing, but we're just not. So Father does here a little, there a little. We're a family. Anyway, I was going to look at that word. 1 second. So I think the context, the use there is exalted. They hold up and esteem Moloch and Kayun. But it's interesting to me that Father chooses the word born there and the phonetic tie to being born and the tie that brings. I think that's a really interesting way to word that. I would be watching. Every day, every minute is high watch right now. Our Lord is on his way. And interestingly, December 21st is 294 days from March 2nd when he said, "Tell the world, yet 40 days and judgment will fall." 40 days later, he began to divide the firmament and cast Satan and his angels out of heaven. Sent his son to come and get his bride. And he is about here any minute, any day. Full-term gestation of a human child. 294 days, 42 weeks. Do you know that our Lord was born on September 11th, 3 BC? Well, do you know when that would mean that he was conceived? That would be the first day of Hanukkah. And the child born and caught up unto God and to his throne. So from March 2nd, that day of warning, sorry, I cheated and had a pretzel. Bad decision. 294 days. From March 2nd to December 21st. 1,025 days from And I did this wrong before. I put 1111, where that was when he made the earth ring like a bell. It's from when the 144-year-old fig tree fell over on March 2nd. 1,025 days from that marker from Father, and number 1,025 is newborn child, tying to the 294 days of full-term gestation. The period of time, give or take, add another day or two, 294 to 296 days. Jupiter in Virgo's womb. Great sign of Revelation 12. Oh, hey, I just remembered something. Oh, sorry I'm a little unorganized today. Hold on a sec.